Hey everyone, it's Sheridan LeBay, House of Untamed, back with another video. I don't know if I would call this Marketing Mondays, but I would just call this like Monday mantras. Maybe that's what I'll call this or something, if I post it on a Monday. But I wanted to come and do a video. For those who don't know, my background is in marketing and events, but I also own a lingerie boutique. And I'm also very like spiritual and into a lot of like holistic wellness and health. And so there's like a variety of things I would love to talk about outside of marketing and business. So I'm gonna start doing that. So today we're gonna talk about 5 ways to implement the law of attraction like today. And so for those who don't know, the law of attraction is the idea, the concept that what we put out into the universe and the energy that we're putting out, we are in turn attracting that back towards us. Some people can say it's kind of controversial because of course there are sides to our lives where we attract things that aren't the best. We attract people that aren't the best. But the general premise is that we align with what's aligned with us and vice versa. So we won't attract things unless we are somehow aligned to them, and people can take that for what they want it to be. But it's more so about accountability. Like, I think if we look at the positive side of law of attraction, we'll see that it's a really beneficial thing because we're basically in control of our lives for the most part. You know, like that's the whole concept of free will, right? So I read the law of attraction in 2012, and I've always considered myself like a spiritual person, but I would say that was the first book I really recall reading where I was just like, okay, like this makes sense. Like it just made sense. I was going through a time in my life, I was an undergrad and things were going good. Like I was like the president of a couple orgs. I was really involved in school, had a really good circle of friends, was dealing with a little like relationship drama, or not even drama, a breakup. And then like some, I guess like interpersonal conflict with some friends. And actually it was 2013. And so I remember one summer, I don't even know how I came across the law of attraction book or the concept of it, but I read it and it made sense. And it really spoke to me because it was like, okay, the idea or the concept that we are in charge of our own happiness. And I love the concept of the law of attraction because it's really like radical accountability and responsibility. Like, it's not saying that we can control every aspect of our life, but it's saying that we control ourselves. You know, like we control how we react to things, how we interpret things, like all the things. So I read that in 2013, the summer of 2013. And my life changed. That was like the first really just spiritual book that I read, or spiritual self-help book, where it just made sense. Like I couldn't tell you what made me buy the book, but I read it and I was like, okay, you are in charge of your own happiness. Cool. You are in charge of how you respond to things. You're in charge of the energy that you put out, and that determines what type of experiences you attract. Radical accountability is not for everybody. It should be for everybody, but it's not for everybody. But it is. And so today I'm going to talk about how the concept of the law of attraction works in 5 ways to implement the law of attraction. So as I mentioned, the law of attraction literally is based off of the energy that we put out is what we're getting back. So I remember watching a video years ago, and one guy compared it to this concept of, imagine you're a glass of water. You're a glass of water, and then there's another glass of water that has an orange in it. You guys, those 2 glasses of water are not aligned, right? Versus if it was 2 glasses of water, or a glass of water and a glass of milk. That's how the law of attraction works. You're a glass of water, you're gonna attract other things that are glasses of water. If you're milk, you're gonna attract milk. You're not gonna attract milk if you are a glass of water, or a glass of water with a lime in it. So that was a concept where I was like, okay, it just makes sense. And Abraham Hicks, who's the author of the Law of Attraction book, and I watch Abraham Hicks videos or listen probably like 5 out of 7 days of the week, just because the information is great. Definitely check out Abraham Hicks, and I'll link some videos in the bio as well. But we're gonna talk about 5 steps. Gonna make this simple and straight to the point. 5 steps that you can implement. I wrote them down, guys. So I wrote down 5 easy, quick steps to implement today, right now, while you're watching this video or when the video is over, to get the momentum going for you to start attracting the things in your life that you want to attract. So, number 1, decluttering. So I was told this quote, I don't know from who, I hear quotes all the time. So if I don't quote everybody of who it was, it's because I hear profound things all day. And the quote was, you cannot receive with full hands. And so a lot of us, we don't have space in our lives for anything new. We have cluttered houses, cluttered cars, cluttered emails, cluttered closets, cluttered under bathroom cabinets. We literally have no space for new things to go. And so I've heard a phrase too, like, you can't park a car in a garage when you already have a car there, which of course is a little extreme because it's a car, but the concept is you have to make room for new blessings. We have to make room for the new things that we want to attract. And even if it's on an energetic level, like decluttering changes our entire life on an energetic scale. So spending 10 minutes a day clearing out old emails, spending 10 minutes a day cleaning your room up, spending 10 minutes a day throwing some old clothes out, emptying the fridge out, like little things like that clear the energetic space to allow new things to come in. So once you start decluttering, the next thing you can do is expressing gratitude. So gratitude, I feel like, is a step that gets overlooked sometimes because we're so focused on the next best thing and the next best thing, and we're not even spending the time to practice gratitude for what we currently have, which is huge. I think that's a huge thing that people talk about it, but I even don't practice gratitude as much as I could. And it's like, how do you attract new things when you have not shown gratitude for old things? Because if you can't appreciate old things, how can you appreciate new things? And so that also goes into taking care of the things that you have. Okay, you want a new car. Do you take care of the car that you have? Okay, you want a new job. Are you doing your best at the current job that you have? You want a new house. Are you taking care of your current house? So it's kind of, I feel like, depending on where you are spiritually, what you believe in, God, universe, the creator, there's a scripture that says, I will make him, he has proven to, I'm paraphrasing, but he has proven to be ruler over little things, so I will make him the ruler over many things. And that's basically saying, what have you done with what I've gave you? Before I give you, it's like being a parent, I'm assuming. You give your child a toy, or you give your child a curfew, and you start off with, okay, I need you to be home by 11 o'clock. Once they've proven they can be responsible and do that, you might extend their curfew because they've shown you that they're capable of handling what you've given. And blessings are like that, and that's how gratitude works. So if we want more, we have to appreciate what we have. We can't attract being in a state of want. A state of want is not a high vibrational energy because it's not a state of gratitude or accepting what you have right now. So you've decluttered, you've shown gratitude for what you have. Now, create the vision for what you want to attract. That can be a variety of things. Writing is very powerful, especially in blue ink. So writing out what your perfect day looks like, writing out your goals, writing out anything that you want to stick and manifest. Like writing, they say that writing makes things like 3 times more real and more likely to happen. So write your goals out in blue ink and have a journal with all of your goals. Or you can visualize. You can spend a few minutes each day just daydreaming about your life. You can also drive around to neighborhoods, go to different areas of town where the things that you want exist. So if you know you want to live on a certain side of town, drive through those neighborhoods. Imagine yourself pulling in that driveway and seeing yourself there. If you want new clothes, go try on the new clothes. If you want a new car, go test drive the car and imagine yourself there. Because the way the human mind works, the human mind is so powerful in the fact that it does not differentiate real from fake, which is good or it could be really bad, depending on who you are. So what I mean by that is, if I'm imagining myself being sick, my body or my mind does not know that I'm not sick. it just goes off of what my mind says and runs with it. So if I'm imagining myself wealthy and healthy, it becomes a thing. If I'm imagining myself unhappy and struggling to pay bills, I'm manifesting that as well. Like, our minds don't differentiate real from fake, which you got to play the game, right? So vision, make a vision board, just visualize whatever you need to do to see your plan in action. I love vision boards. I really love journaling now too. I love writing out my ideas on paper because I do feel like it just makes it more real and I'm more likely to remember it. And I think it would be cool to look back on versus just typing something in my phone. And so my fourth step to quick law of attraction is positioning. And positioning kind of goes hand in hand with vision boarding, but it's putting yourself in the places where you want to be, even if you don't feel qualified. So that's driving around the neighborhoods. That's going to eat on other sides of town. That's going to networking events to meet people. That's getting on dating apps to meet people. Positioning is literally putting yourself in the places that you want to be yourself. You don't have to wait to be invited to the table. You don't have to wait to be invited to the event. Go to those sides of town. Go drive by your future job. Imagine yourself there and position yourself in those places. I thought my ring light was gonna fall. I was like, it scared me. Okay, I'm back. So positioning yourself. So if you know that you want to date, going to bars, going to networking events, going different places where the person that you would want to meet is going to be, right? If you know that you want to live on a certain side of town or hang out with a certain type of people, start hanging around those places. If you know that you want to lose weight and have a new body, start following fitness pages, start buying workout clothes, buy the clothes that you want to be able to fit into one day. It's those things where I always tell people things happen to me on 4 levels. And I say me like in general. Excuse me. So there is I feel like things happen first on the spiritual level, and then the emotional level, mental level, and then physical level. Mental, emotional might flip. And so what I mean by that is, in the spiritual realm, in the mental plane, whatever you want to refer to it as, things are already unfolding. So your future self is already unfolding in the spiritual realm before it's even happened here physically. It's like how illnesses work. They always say becoming physically ill is like the last indicator of sickness. Like before that, there's things going on mentally, there's things going on emotionally or spiritually, and then it manifests physically. And so it's the same thing with goals. So as you plan and plot, your brain and your mind are working overtime to make those things happen on the physical plane. So all we have to do is continue to nourish our bodies and our minds with visuals, with affirmations, which I'm getting to. We have to continuously pour into ourselves to where we're filling that cup up, and then eventually it's a physical manifestation. Last but not least, the 5th way to quick law of attraction manifestation is affirmations. I feel like affirmations seals in the deal, right? So we've gone through decluttering, we've cleared our space, we've made a way. Think of affirmations, think of all of what we've talked about today as a dinner table. So we're going to the kitchen, we're clearing the plates, we're setting the table, right? So the plates are the decluttering, or we're cleaning the kitchen before we have dinner. And once we do that, we're expressing gratitude for our food, right? We're so thankful for the meal that we're about to partake in. Positioning, or a vision, and then we're envisioning the meal that we're about to partake in. Positioning is, okay, I'm gonna go to places where that meal is served, or I'm gonna serve myself that meal. And then I'm gonna affirm that. I'm gonna come back around and say, I am so grateful for this meal I've already had, even though I haven't had it already. That's affirmation. So affirmations are affirming, even if it's something that has not manifested in the physical world. Because as I mentioned earlier, our minds do not know how to differentiate real from fake. So we're affirming, I'm so grateful for my six-figure job and we're affirming it over and over again, our mind doesn't know that it's not really happening. So we subconsciously are starting to do things and make decisions to get us to that six-figure job, or to get us to our divine partner, or that plane ticket, or that healthy relationship with our parents. So super excited to do this different totally vibe video. Law of attraction can be used in any aspect of your life, whether it's from relationships to finances to health, anything you could think of. So be sure to use these tips. This is something that could be literally implemented and started today. I look forward to hearing how many people have tried it and the progress you guys have made. So thanks so much for tuning in. Happy manifesting and attracting. Again, I'm Sheridan LeBay with House of Untamed, and until next time.